John 15:7. If you abide in me and my word abide in you, you shall ask whatever you will, and it shall be done. And I think that really is the gist of why we are here today. We are here to ask all of these elected officials to help us with HR 1964. And I want to say that I'm Pastor W. James Favorite, Beulah Baptist Institutional Church in Tampa, Florida. And I'm very proud to be here. I'm proud to be a part of what we are doing. We've talked about HR 1964, and I remember a few years ago I heard our chairman, Dr. Butt, say that in San Francisco, when the earthquake alarm go off, everybody run to the shelter. Well, there's an earthquake alarm that's going off now. It's HIV/AIDS, and we're still walking. We really need to step it up. We're running into time elements, and I believe that if we're ever going to make an impact in this area, we have to do it today. In 1980, HIV and AIDS was a white male disease. The funds were directed to the white male community. They're doing pretty well, but the numbers in the African American community continues to rise. And we've got to be concerned about the fact that when 70% of all of the new cases in this country today are African American women, that's a real issue. When we think in terms of all of the funds that have been spent since 1980 and the disease continued to grow, what HR 1964 does is it addresses what needs to be done if we are going to eliminate this disease. I believe that HR 1964 is designed to do just that. We're talking about testing. You really need to know, everyone in this room ought to be able to say that I've been tested. I've been tested. We ought to be able to say that. And I'm almost certain that we can't do it today. But we need to do it. We need to be in that position. We need to recognize that. And my wife has a saying. She says that you can only change what you do until you change what you know. Education is the process of changing behavior. That's what HR 1964 deals with. It deals with education. It also deals with the fact that we need to have a culturally competent research element that deals with what kind of progress is being made, even to the extent that we need to make sure that in this bill we're asking for the Secretary of Health to make a report to the President, to the Congress, and to all of the administrative leaders, all of these various departments, on the status of AIDS and HIV in this country, and especially in the African American community. There's so much that can be done, and so little is being done. HR 1964 is designed to help us in that particular area. I think that one other area we talked about is a science-based research, a media-type research that will look at this disease from all of the different perspectives and give us a report. Not only just us, but everybody. We all need the Congress need it, the President need it, all of the administrative leadership need to know what kind of progress are we making, because if we continue to spend the kind of money that we're spending and we keep going backwards, the numbers keep getting higher. The epidemiology of this disease in our community is running rampant. You know, we should not be even in this room. We should be out doing something, and maybe that's why we're here, because we want to do something. And we do want to thank all of the elected officials who have already signed on, and we're going to ask you, if you would, please talk to others. Help us to get this legislation passed. Thank you.
I'm Frank Tucker, the chair of the affiliate of Washington, D.C. and vicinity. And that really ought to be enough if you are thoroughly informed of the fact that the nation's capital, these United States of America, the city of Washington, D.C. and environs, has the highest. It is the capital of HIV and AIDS in the world. I had the privilege, responsibility to go to 4 African countries to look at this problem for our national bodies, and return home in just a little while to discover that I left a place that was identical to the places where I found the disease so heavy in third world countries. It's an abomination for our nation to be in this predicament. It is an abomination that the African American community would be so heavily infested with this disease. And surely those of any serious consciousness must get on board, must sign the bill that has a design and a plan for addressing the problem, and that has with it resources, and has the moral force of leaders from every aspect of the faith community across the nation. Now, I would, and my appeal to you is to help us get this bill passed. It's good. It's good for our communities. It's good for Washington, D.C. It is good for the nation. Help us.